Part 2. Blood Between Us. The Price of the Throne. 3 months after the disaster of the engagement party, iswho was a ghost. She moved to Lekki Phase 1, rented a quiet apartment, changed her number. Her face was still on blogs. The vixen who played the Adeyemi brothers. Diamond engagement ends in scandal, from heiress to harlot. But public shame wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the silence. Tund never spoke to her again. No messages. No confrontation. Nothing. And Deo. Oh, Deo didn't disappear. He watched. From shadows, from clubs, from across the street. Every time she thought she saw a flash of his car, she was right. He'd text her things like, "Still wearing my scent, Queen. Funny how we both ruined you. You played us both, and now you've lost." Tund, who had been traveling abroad since the scandal returned from London colder, richer, and more dangerous. His father had stepped down from the gubernatorial race, and Tund took his place. His campaign slogan? Integrity. Discipline. Legacy. The irony nearly killed iswho. One night, out of pure desperation or madness, she showed up at his campaign headquarters. Makeup perfect, heart pounding. He walked out of his office, stared at her like she was dirt on his shoe. She whispered, "Please, just let me explain." Tund looked at the guards and said, "If she's still in this building in 60 seconds, arrest her for trespassing." She left before the clock hit 30, but she didn't cry, not this time, because she had a secret. 2 weeks later, Deo showed up at her door, eyes bloodshot, reeking of whiskey and heartbreak. "I can't stop dreaming about you," he muttered, collapsing onto her couch. "You ruined me." iswho stared at him. "I'm pregnant." Silence. Deo blinked. "You're what?" "I don't know which one of you is the father," she said quietly. He laughed, then cried, then punched a hole in her wall. The kingdom was now divided. When the news reached Tund through the grapevine, he didn't blink, but the political world did. Is the Prince of Lagos politics the father of a scandal child? Is there a bastard baby tied to the Adeyemi name? Sponsors pulled out, his campaign manager resigned. It was a mess. He now knew he had to pay some money if he wanted to stay in the race. Called iswho, for the first time after 4 silent months. "Get a paternity test. If it's mine, we'll never speak of it again. I will arrange for you to leave the country secretly forever. If it's not mine, God help you." She took the test. But she never told either brother the result. Present day? Tund ran for governor and won. Not because of intrigue, discipline, or legacy. His secrets will be brought to light soon. Deo still spirals in Lagos nightclubs, taking a different girl home every night, although he was now an understudy for his brother in the company. As for iswho, she relocated to Abuja, lied about who she was, had her baby, and now walks like a storm in heels, holding a child whose DNA could shatter legacies. And the truth? She keeps that sealed envelope in a drawer. She says she'll open it on the day when she is ready to execute her revenge. After all, revenge is best served cold, because in this game of love, blood, and betrayal, Queen iswho is the only one left standing, or is she? For the first time in over a year, iswho felt at peace. She had started over, and her life was looking good. She was deep in thought when the sound of her crying baby got her attention. She reached over and picked up the crying baby. While she fed him, she whispered softly, "You are looking more like your daddy every day." Just then there was a knock at the door. She asked softly, "Who is it?" The voice that responded from the other side made her eyes twinkle with mischief. This was the man that would help her bring the Adeyemi brothers down. Years had passed since iswho vanished from Lagos without a trace. The betrayal had cut deep. Tund, the charming firstborn, and Deo, the reckless dreamer, both loving her, both left her. She had been a secret they shared, shame they buried, and now she was back. She stepped out of the black car in front of the grand Adeyemi mansion, dressed in a blood-red dress. iswho was no longer the fragile girl they had played with. She was a woman forged in fire. Inside, the Adeyemi brothers were celebrating their latest business merger. A fortune built on deceit and family loyalty. Champagne flowed. Laughter echoed, until the doors swung open. Adasoa entered, her face a mask of grace and vengeance. Behind her, a little boy no older than 6 clutched her hand, his skin a perfect blend of both Tund and Deo's features. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Tund's glass slipped from his hand. Deo staggered back. Their sins, once hidden, now had a face. "I thought you'd forgotten me," Adisua said, her voice a velvet blade. "You have no right," Tund snarled, his mask of confidence crumbling. "No right," she smiled coldly. "You took everything from me. I've come to collect." "Can we talk about this in private?" Tunde said in a hushed voice. "This is not the place for such discussion." But instead of obeying, she revealed documents, evidence of embezzlement, blackmail, and scandal the brothers had carefully hidden. Over the years, she had built alliances with their enemies, buying shares in silence, cornering them legally. Piece by piece, she had dismantled their empire without them knowing. "I don't want your apologies," she said, her voice low but fierce. "I want your legacy, and my son will have it." Security swarmed. Cameras flashed. In the chaos, Tund and Deo realized the bitter truth. Adusua hadn't just come to shame them. She had come to destroy them. Elegantly, publicly, and completely. As she walked out of the mansion, her son in her arms, Adusua didn't look back. She didn't need to. The Adaimi brothers' empire was already burning, and she had lit the match. Love betrayed. Fire reborn, victory, absolute.